boat and RV parking in this area is a huge need because of those lakes and stuff. Now, this piece of land right here, this is the piece of land that's out on the back side. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this picture right here, you can see is just a big empty space. And this is actually right here, this space right here. And it doesn't really look very big, but this is a very, very big, it's like an acre, this piece of land right here. So it's quite a huge space. And so what Pete did is as soon as he closed on the facility, he hired a landscaper, which we have a very, very good landscaper, honestly, come out and mow, clean up all around. He mows and he does all kinds of stuff over here. He has like a lot of his own equipment and stuff. And so, he was like, hey, I could just go back there and just clear this whole land out for you. And he bush hogged it and he really cleared the whole thing out. So it was like super nice and clean. And then what Pete did was got a gravel company to come out and lay gravel down here. And they did like it didn't even cost that much money, honestly, maybe 10 grand at the most. But they graded it, made it flat, and then they put gravel down. And that was all this summer is what that was happening. So from I would say June, July, August is when all that happened. And then as of this week, as of actually Monday, we have our first two tenants for parking. So we can have about 20 spaces here for RV parking. And we got two that called up and they said they were looking for parking, and I think we're charging like $75 a lane or something like this. And we had two people call up. So what we did is we put that parking on Facebook Marketplace, and two people messaged us and said, hey, I mean, I think that was white. Yeah, I think it's two people, but they messaged and said they were interested. So, so our team took care of it and then just said, go ahead and park wherever you can. And then for now, because we don't really actually have the lanes, like the actual lanes. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I don't know how Pete's going to do this, put railroad ties down or what he's going to do. We don't have anything there yet because we just finished it. So he's going out this weekend to go figure out how to do that. And so we just told the parking people, we're just like, go park like in the corner somewhere out of the way until we can figure out how we're going to do all the lanes and stuff. And then you could just move your stuff later. And both of them were like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Just like we could just put this somewhere, it'd be perfect. And I'm telling you, boat and RV parking in this area is a huge need because of those lakes and stuff. So I think that's gonna be really good. But that parking spot, that parking area that we made was not included into the numbers, as well as the $1,500 for the house. So when we talked to the owner, he we didn't know what we're going to be doing with that house, like if we're going to keep that lady or get her out. And so I didn't even put the numbers for the income into that. And then also the parking as well too. We didn't know if we'd be able to do anything because it would just look like a piece of land, a piece of land. So we didn't even calculate that in. So 20 spaces at $75. I think we came to like $1,500 or something a month. I can't remember what it was. And then also $1,500 for the house. That's an extra $3,000 a month just by those two things. So when you're looking at storage, a lot of people shy away from buying properties that have houses on them or, whatever it is. And the truth of the matter is it's really extra income. It's going to be extra income for us. We're going to make $3,000 more a month on this property than what we calculated for, because we only ran our numbers based on what the owner was making on his tax returns. That was it. So okay, so now you can see that there's this property here, and then also we're in the process right now of cleaning up this barn. This barn is about 400 square feet, and this is Pete's intention is to actually rent that space out as well too. So we'll be making money not only off of the parking, the barn, the house, and then this little tiny apartment right here in this little area over here. We'll be making money off of that as well too. That's the long-term play outside of just the storage that we have. The storage has 135 doors total. It's 135. Okay, so it's not too big, but it's not too small.
Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.